Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Jazmm A12. This is an AM, FM stereo, weather alert, shortwave portable radio with Bluetooth and MP3 player. You can find it selling on Amazon for right around $35.99. I'll have links down in the comments section and video description if you so desire this radio. Let's check it out. AM, FM shortwave portable radio. They're missing out the weather alert, but we'll get to that. There's a picture of it. Looking pretty cool. Little sidebar here. We got a little information. Weighs about 1.7 pounds, 770 grams. Nice. 10 watt power. All right. And Bluetooth 5.4. Didn't know that. Cool. And over here, some symbols. Okay, we get it. Awesome. And then there you go. Okay, so took everything out of the box. Start show. All right. Cool. Yeah, I love the look of this thing. It's like a, what do you call it? Studio speaker, like a monitor. Pretty awesome. There's no speaker grill, so you got to be careful not to push too hard on your speaker there. But yeah, liking that. All right, so what else we get in the box? We get a charging cable. So we have a USB to USB-C. Oh, that's awesome. What else we get? We got a little card. What's it say? Hope you love it. All right. Share experience. Tell it to your friends. Okay, sweet. I'm telling it to you guys. You guys are my friends. You're all my friends. All you guys and gals. All right, great. That's the card. Fun times, right? And we got a user manual. So there you go. It's English. Good to know. All right. Let's open this thing up and see where it takes us. Oh, wow. It's like a road map here. Okay, so we're going to go down the line there. There's your table of contents. Safety instructions. Read, obey, stay safe. It's my new thing. My new mantra. So yeah, pretty cool. Interesting radio nonetheless. There you go. Some more stuff. Charging method. It's got a built-in lithium battery. It's dual power, by the way, which I love. So you have the option of running a lithium battery that's built in or the external dry battery bay, which is powered by 3 D cells. Yeah. Mighty D cell, which is good for some decent run times. We'll talk about the run times in a little bit here. Okay. There you go. Bluetooth mode. I would call this a pretty basic radio with awesome sound. So yeah, there you go. There's Bluetooth, there's USB. If you have card support, there's your weather alert. How to access that. Earphone jack for FM stereo listening. That's how you get the FM stereo, because they're like, there's only one speaker. I always get the one guy who says that. Specifications, there we go. So band coverage, you can see FM 87 to 108. This is set up for the US or North American market. AM 520 to 1710. Shortwave 4.8 to 18 megahertz. Not fun to be on shortwave with this radio, but yeah, you can do it. It's just not a lot of fun. Weather band for North America, there you go. And then we have weight in our battery capacity, 4,000 milliamp hour. So it's got a nice internal capacity battery. 10 watt max output. There you go. Charge time, 4 to 7 hours. Okay, 3 day cells. And you get the idea. So, rock on. All right, that's done with that. Toss that aside. Get rid of this stuff here. Let's go over dimensions of the radio. So we have a width of 5.5 inches from this side to the knobs here. Height, we have 6.5 inches. I didn't include the handle because the handle is like collapsible. So, yeah, there's no really fixed handle there. It's kind of nice that it is collapsible. But there you go. Height is 6.5 inches, and then depth is 3 3/8 of an inch from front to back. So a pretty chunky little radio for that one guy who complains about radio size all the time. It's not how big it is, it's the motion of the ocean or whatever it is. You guys, okay, going too far there, but anyway. So now we know that dimensions. So let's go over the features of the A12. So left-hand side, we got a lot going on here. For the focus, we have a headphone jack. So headphone experience, I like to talk about that usually. It has a slight hiss at low volume. Very slight, may not be noticeable to you, but I noticed it. It has stereo on FM, MP3 playback, and Bluetooth, which I don't know why you'd use Bluetooth, but in case you do decide to use headphones, you'll have stereo on Bluetooth. Nice. So on FM, expect weak lows, strong mids, strong highs. Medium wave, weather, and shortwave bands expect low, we have low to mid-range neutral tone. And in Bluetooth and MP3, we have moderate lows, strong mids, and strong highs. Nice. Micro SD card slot and USB thumb drive. They say up to 128 gigabyte support. Nice. USB-C charging port. Nice. And I guess 5 volt, 2 amp input. I noticed a 1.5 amp charge rate, so it charges fairly quickly for the high capacity built-in battery. It's got like this matte plastics. They're rather cheap, but it's okay for, a $35 radio. You kind of want more, but it's okay. It's serviceable. Going to the front here, we have a digital display. Turn it on real quick so you can see it. 7654. It's kind of white lit there. Got battery. 765. Okay. The lowest volume setting is loud, as you can hear. But hey, it's all about volume on this baby. It says radio here. We got 3 buttons. These buttons do a lot. Okay, so you got pause, play, and mode. So you tap this to pause, play when you're MP3, Bluetooth, long press to change the modes from the Bluetooth to TF card mode to USB player to the radio mode. That's how that works there. If you short press it in weather mode, it goes to weather alert. Nice to know. And all the other radio modes, if you short press this, it goes automatic scan and save, which is kind of annoying. You just tapped it, you're automatically going to ruin all your presets. And it's no big deal because this thing doesn't have a way to manually add them, which is unfortunate. The buttons below, we have track forward, track back. There is no fast forward or rewind, which I was pretty surprised with. I don't know. They left that out by omission? I don't know. Pretty weird, huh? I don't know why there isn't any fast forward or rewind. I was holding it going, come on, it's not doing anything. Weird, but it does have browse. So if you're on your radio mode, if you press and hold, it browses. So and you let go. So then the browse is actually pretty good. I noticed the browse will find more stations versus the scan and save. Yeah, scan and save is much quicker though. So you start noticing those things because you're on a shortwave band because there's no meter bands on shortwave. I know it's annoying, but it is what it is. So the radio speaker here is 3-inch and it is a whopper. It sounds fantastic. A lot of oomph to it. Yes. Going to the right-hand side, we have our tuning knob. It's notched. We really can't hear it, but you can feel it. It's like little steps. Volume control, on, off. There you go. Pretty basic. Top of the radio, we have that strap there. It's kind of handy. I like that for a handle. It's got like a little flexible grip there. And then we have our switches on top. We have a lithium to battery switch. So flip that over to dry bay or back over to internal lithium battery. That's pretty nice. Over here we have the band select. So we have shortwave, we have AM, FM, and weather band. So we got the 4 bands all right there. Nice. Going to the back of the radio, you can see we got a recessed antenna. Awesome. It's 17 inches when extended. And when you do extend this, it does swivel in 360. So you could use it as a stand, but it'd probably break, so I wouldn't use it as a stand because this weighs quite a bit. But there you go. Swiveling around. Nice thing. I like that. I do like the fact that it recesses and does clip out of the way. There you are. We have a bass response area in the back. And then we have a little sticker. Some basic information on there. Some serial number. And then our battery compartment for dry battery use. We're going to use the internal lithium, but you can install 3D cells, which is nice. I was going to talk about runtimes. So I did some testing, and it draws about anywhere from 70 to 100 milliamps. On average, about 100 milliamps. At moderate to low volume on, say, the FM. It might draw more on Bluetooth, MP3 Player. But, in case you're trying to monitor the weather, weather band has also tested that as well. It's around 100 milliamps. Draw rate on 3D cells, on typical alkaline use, that puts it right around approximately 150 hours. Not bad for 3D cells. On your built-in lithium, about 40 hours of runtime. So a total of about 200 hours if you have a fully charged radio and you have D cells installed. Not bad. Loving that. Bottom, we have 4 little rubber feet, so it can slide away on you. There we go. So let's do a quick size comparison, and then we'll turn it on and start demoing the radio. Yeah, fun times. So presets, I don't know how many presets are on this radio. I was going to mention that. It's kind of one of those auto scan save. It didn't find enough for me to check. Weird. On shortwave, though, it showed like 250 for some reason. So maybe you get quite a bit. I don't know. But there's that. Okay, so CC Pocket looking pretty small. Yeah, so for that one guy, dude, you need bigger. I want a bigger radio. Well, here you go. You got your bigger radio, Fred. Trevor, whatever your name is. I always forget. Clark. Clark. Anyway, yeah, so we have CC Skywave in the house. And our current time, 12:11 a.m. Central Standard Time in Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of the band scan or any band scan. Rock and roll. All right. If you don't have those, of course, what else do we have? We have a deck of cards. Iron Man. Yeah, he's the man with the master plan. He loves these big butt radios from China Land. Ding, 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 ding. China Land. Big butt radios. I don't know. Big bass radios. You know, that probably would have been a better thing to say. Yeah, in retrospect. But hey, I'm going to leave it in anyway. All right, so there you go. Deck of cards, rock and roll, Iron Man is the best. We all know it. Okay. Even if you don't think it, yeah. All right, so we're going to turn it on. We're going to demo some royalty-free music off the microSD card. And then, we'll go from there. Turn it on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Okay.
Oh, this crazy mother.
That's a weird volume control where you turn it on, it starts out loud, and then you turn it down, back down. This radio's funky that way, so just, if something doesn't work right, just mess with the knob, and then it'll work. It's the weirdest thing.
Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meet the... Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Well, it looks like spring is here. Yes, spring. And the whole world kind of lousy with Mother Nature's wonders. Well, I might start this thing over again. Duffy's Tavern, where the elite... Spring and the whole world lousy with Mother Nature's wonders. I'm out of...
There we go. We got a little MP3s there. We got the old-time radio. And the problem with this is you can't fast forward, so I press and hold. No fast forward and no rewind. That's annoying. Also, MP3 Player does not remember the current track position, just the current track. So there is that. Knowing current track is good if you have a lot of short songs. No problem. That's probably what most people use this for. But if you're using it to listen to long tracks, Probably not beneficial with this radio, so just keep that in mind with this MP3 player. It's very basic. But there is Bluetooth, so yeah, we'll show you that.
Yeah. In other words, you know how...
USB, radio, it's tuning. Started it by accident. Here's Bluetooth.
Connected.
Okay, I can't hover on that, so I guess I'm playing something from Portugal. Yeah, here we are, my $20 smartphone. I love this thing from Walmart. Yeah, you know, Walmart's a great place to pick up cheap stuff. So this is an Android Motorola phone. It was $29. And I just set it up as a Wi-Fi streaming device for radio stations. So I'm using Radio Garden here. And we're in Portugal. Here we are. Zooming on down right here for this station. I think that's as close as it's going to let me go. Yeah, so listen to some Fado. Nice. Again, don't know if it's copyright. Probably. But anyway, there you go. Pretty cool. I like having that. It's a handy thing. Let me just turn that off there. All right. Yeah, turn it off there. Okay, buddy. Still playing, though. I can pause it. Sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'll talk about some radio reception, then we'll cruise the bands. Iron Man out. Yeah, I had to play around with Iron Man. Now my wife got me that figure, so yeah, I got a cool wife. So FM reception report. Okay, 5-tier method. We have fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. Holy cow, this thing's awesome on FM. It found 75 stations in my area, giving it a 3.5-star rating. So good to very good, almost very good. 80 starts at very good. Excellent starts at 90. So it's a really tight window up there at the top. But you get to very good anywhere, like good to very good. That's amazing. I'm happy. And selectivity, good to very good, of course, to find all those stations. It had to find faint stations next to strong stations, and it did it with spades. So awesome radio on FM. You're going to love it. Wow. Saving grace for this radio, along with its audio, is the FM. Bang. And just amazing. Love it. So let's see what else we got to talk about. Weather reception. Yes, another good one. I go through the 7 channels. I found 6 of the 7 in my area. There are 7 available. It found 6 of them. So again, above average. Rock and roll on weather. Hey, it's just adding up. It's a good thing. Daytime AM. Well, that's where this thing goes. Not very good on AM because it's the screen, the buzz, the dreaded buzz from the RFI. It's good on locals during the day. Now, evening, we'll see what happens. I've never tuned much in the evening. We'll see. But during the day, locals only, and it sounded okay. You know, it was good. But other than that, that's all you're going to get. You're going to be happy with anyway. So let's talk about the happiness. Daytime shortwave. I would say about 7 to 9 stations. I know it was kind of tricky. I was browsing. It took forever to go through the band. Even though it's a small band, it still took forever. But yeah, it got there. And yeah, I found about 7 to 9, which is about average for most of my little small shortwave radios. That's what this found as well. So there we are. Let's have some fun with some bands. So the current time again, I don't know, let's bring it out here. It's 12:19 a.m. It's again Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA. The month is July. Towards the end of July here. Year's 2026, in case you're wondering. Okay. I think our Bluetooth still... Oh, yeah, we paused it right on. Okay. I want the jamming too loud, so press and hold. That's the only thing you got to do is press and hold. Press and hold. Get to radio mode. There we go. So it starts at 4.8 all the time. Okay, we're picking up a station. I don't even have the thing hooked up. It'd be good to have the antenna hooked up to something. So let me go ahead, pop that loose. Okay, so we're going to swivel this up, and I got to hook up a wire. So I have this little Keto T1 wire. I'll put a link for it with the radio. You know, radio always asks what I'm using. It's 22-foot wire. It's just strung out to the balcony, and it comes with this adapter. I use it to hook up to these whip antennas, typically, just for ease. And that gives us a reception. So that's WWCR Worldwide Country Radio. It's actually a worldwide Christian radio, but out of Tennessee. But this program is Worldwide Country Radio, and it always starts at 5 o'clock Central, or 5 a.m. Central, UTC. We got the time signal WWV, Fort Collins, Colorado, 5 megahertz. So as you can see, the browse is definitely the way to go, though it's slow. There's your 5 kilohertz tuning. Oh, picked up Havana. Barely. You hear a hint of it. Painfully slow, but in the evening, whoops. Ah, it starts over. Darn it. It's painfully slow. Let's see if we can go a little further there and see if we can't find ourselves some decent stations. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep pressing this, keep stopping. I don't know why I keep stopping. Trying to turn it down without it turning it off. Sensitive. You'll hear that sometimes you'll have the station way above.
The family came down to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from it.
You'll find yourself using the tuning to go back and forth to fine tune it back in. It's the weirdest thing. It's a funky radio, we'll call it. The funk. He's on the jazz, man. He's on the jazz. Yes, I am. I'm on the jazz.
It's in your mind, it's in your heart. But let me tell you the difference between when
una telenovela de 3 capítulos que se resuelve en un documental, sino que es como una cosa que lleva. Ahí es donde.
Yeah, that browse is really stopping. That's good. This is Canada right here. Toronto. That one, good dusk. So you get the idea. That's the shortwave in a nutshell. It's alright. There really is no quick way to get around because if you do scan and save, it might pick up a lot of the nighttime stations, but it won't pick up the daytime ones. So there's that. So getting up to the top of the band takes a while. You just hit the play and stop because that's probably the quickest way, I think. I don't know. I think browsing is going to be your best. Single sideband. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you get the idea. It's a shortwave. Let's switch over to weather. So we're going to go to weather.
Waves 1 to 3 feet to 63. The winds were southwest at gusting to. It was clear. Was 60 degrees, the dew point 49, and the winds were around the region. It was clear, with a temperature of 50. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Subsiding to 1 to 2 feet. Thursday night, west wind 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Thursday. In Madison it was clear, airport it was 55, partly cloudy. Lows around 70.
Cool, so I found it, what? Oh man, barely bumped that to the bottom. That's annoying. Okay, so weather alert.
Tuesday, mostly.
Just tap that. And now it's weather alert. Now, if it was on weak stations, it'll search up until it finds a strong station. And it stops on that. And it stays there with weather alert. Something comes through like a weather tone, alert tone, it'll automatically turn on the radio. That's how that works.
Partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-80s. And now the marine portion.
We found 6 here. Nice. All right, so let's go to the FM band. Then we'll do the AM and do final thoughts. So since I have the wire hooked up, let's just go right to FM. All right, so I get the bottom of the band.
In weeks and months will be consequential for the country's future.
From Tirana. You're listening to Newsday from the BBC.
South LaGrange Road in Tinley Park, or browse the
So it's a good selectivity, 95.1, 95.3, 95.5. The 5.1 and 5.5, they're strong, and 5.3 never comes in, but they picked it up. That's what I'm talking about. The selectivity on this thing is amazing. Awesome.
For unwinding and for wine.
Thursday night, partly fun.
Don't make me turn this truck. My name, cause you knew that. But just the grass, lead on the grass.
Lost. Open up, man.
This isn't your average app. What's special about the...
Good sound.
Exterior surfaces.
Today's variety.
I love your radio station.
101.9 The Mix.
Chance to win your dream bag. Go to b103.com and tell
Forget what weird so it's all over the world. A new song.
He just maybe social media has been a little too tough.
Every mile. After all, I'll ya listo.
Again, it's going to be driven by corporate profits because those other two engines, interest rates and inflation, probably aren't going to be chipping in with a lot of profit.
Okay, cool. FM sounded fantastic on this radio. Sweet. Quickly go through the AM band. Well, there's not much going on typically there, but that's why I saved it for last. Let's go to the AM band and Do final thoughts. Yeah, let's put this in a rock and roll. Get out of the way, wire. All right. I don't need the wire because it's a built-in ferrite antenna. Doesn't that sound nice? Okay. Nothing.
Reporting that air conditioning systems are failing as temperatures rise. What is your response?
I said, don't wait. People wait until the last second.
This is 560 WIND Chicago. This is local. Let's just show you what it sounds like on here.
Any guidance? I gave perfect guidance. Call Air Right Heating and...
It sounds like Trump. That's hilarious. Okay.
Talking about this. Sure, but homeowners have so many HVAC options.
They're not like Air Right. You've got some bad installers out there. Some real bad... It would be a complete disaster. If you miss out, you have to be really not so smart.
Everyone thinks the Browns are going to be picking near the top of the draft. I don't believe that.
Over-the-road semi-truck drivers. For more information, or...
Okay, Cleveland, Ohio, 300 miles to the east.
Log on to the St. Christopher Fund web...
Service to a green tea.
Over 17 years, we've helped more than 99,000...
Local, WGN.
Now, when we clean your air ducts, we'll clean your dry...
Greatest hits.
So you have to sometimes tune it up and tune it down to get the station. If you know it's there, try it. It works. So Zoomer Radio is Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
Set up for success because of Coach Mumpkin and because of the infrastructure.
I'm not sure what this is.
That Andrew Barry and that front office have put in place there.
Sounds like 670.
With the Cleveland Browns.
The average home collects 40 pounds of dust a year.
That sounds like 650. And now it's not. You know, it's a Goofy. 810, doubtful. Too strong.
What are the over-the-counter eye drops? Because that's what people run and do, not enough.
Or prescription. Why pay more for the same active ingredient? Here's more.
As you heard, there was a country music playing. This is WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, the guy talking.
What am I going to eat next? Or what if that could all go away? I'm Sean Loomer.
That's all I'm going to do with the AM band. AM band's that back and forth tuning and goofiness and barely any reception, but you can pick stuff up if you got the patience. But there we go. That's we're gonna leave it right there. So the A12. Let's go over my likes, dislikes, and final opinion. Likes. Well, the biggest one is the speaker audio. Boom! It's jamming. It rocks. 10 watts of beautiful audio. It is amazing. I like the high capacity built-in battery, 4,000 milliamp hour battery included. No need to buy D cells, but if you need to, you can always, grab 3 D cells and chuck them in there. Yeah, I did testing to make sure what the draw was using these. But yeah, you could do that. Give yourself some extra runtime in a power out scenario. This might come in handy. Just keep the volume low. Save your batteries or use headphones. It might help you out. I like stereo and headphones. So stereo was a big deal. When I noticed that FM stereo, I'm a big fan of FM stereo. That's amazing. Of course, stereo with MP3 Player, also cool. Enjoyed that. I enjoyed the audio on the headphones as well when playing MP3. So that was really nice. FM and weather band reception, top. Love it. Dry battery bay with 3 D cells. Just adds extra runtime, 150 hours. That's a good thing to have. Loving it. I do like the Bluetooth player. It's very basic. And the MP3 player as well. Even though they're not the best, they're nice to have. There's little extras to have on there. And weather alert is, it's always a nice thing to pop the weather alert button on if you're running around doing something while the storm's brewing outside and you want to make sure you're ready for an alert. That's nice to have. Just like some wants. Well, you guessed it. An improved AM reception. It needs it. Radio would definitely be perfect if it had that. Manually added presets. I wish I could manually add presets. Also would be key. Jazmm M, if you're watching, that would be awesome. And of course, last thing is shortwave band segments. I wish there was a way to go up and down the band with this radio. That would have been nice, like a separate button for shortwave segments. Because digital, but still, it would go so much quicker to go through the band segments. 7 megahertz, 9, 11, 13. You know what I'm saying? Every couple of megahertz would be great. That would be fantastic. But if you could manually add presets, then you could do your own setup. So that would fix it all right there. So anyway, final thoughts. So yeah, overall, the Jazmm, this one right here, A12, it's a unique radio, as you can see. Yep, it's definitely unique. And it's perfect for those who want big sound from a compact size. It gets a recommended buy at $35.99 and under. Nothing more. That's about where I draw the line. Otherwise, I give it a big maybe. Just because it's got quite a few flaws that might make it not so attractive above that price point. So that's my opinion. Hope you enjoyed this radio. Give it a big like if you did. 2, if you like the products, Jazmm M's or Jazzms. Sounds weird saying it that way, but I always say MMs. That's just me. Definitely subscribe to the bell icon if you haven't already. And 3, comment down below what you think about the A12. Are you going to add this to your collection? Are you liking it? Are you disliking it? I know it's funky, but the funk adds the charm, and I can deal with its little nuances because it does deliver quite a bit of options. Not too bad for the money. I mean, because really, it excels in FM and it excels in the audio. You're going to be using that mainly, probably FM all day long. You're going to be using it probably for an MP3 player or Bluetooth. Yeah, you're going to like it for that, definitely. So that's why I gave it the recommendation. I can't give it a bad one because it is, in that respect, an awesome radio. Let me know what you guys think. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next awesome video.